Well,
first of all, you're welcome. You thanked us. You said you wouldn't be here without E.T. And
you
well,
did.
we understand.
You did.
You heard that tonight, didn't you?
Clearly, we've meant a lot to your career.
When you originated your brand, you came on the E.T. set in 1981. And you were there with your little mics with the E.T. on it, and I immediately wanted to call my lawyers to sue you. Even though my film at the time was called A Boy's Life, secretly it was E.T., and I thought, oh my God, they took my title. And look, all these years later, we've managed to coexist.
Yes,
peacefully.
we've mended fences, and now we're all here together.
Yes. You say you've been wanting to make this movie since you were 17. What took so long then? You're Steven Spielberg.
It wasn't so much wanting to make the movie from 17. 17 is when all this happened to me. It's when my parents separated and got divorced. It's just that I've been sitting on these stories, and you know, it's hard to process a divorce. It's hard to process the uniqueness of what created this separation and divorce in my family. That's one of the most unique things about my family, is how this all came to be, with my father's best friend and my mother, also her best friend. And so I had to process this, and it didn't come out as a script called The Fabelmans. It came out in a lot of other movies I made. It came out in the scene where Richard Dreyfuss is mad at his dad in Close Encounters and starts slamming the door, calling him crybaby. It came out in drips and drabs throughout a lot of my movies, until this gentleman right here, Tony Kushner, started to help me organize these ideas into something that could be told someday as a film.
Is it true that your lovely wife, Kate, said, you got to do this, Steven? Yeah.
No, she said she got to do this. And my mom, when she was alive, I had always talked to her about someday telling the story, and she would always say at the restaurant, you know, she'd say, Steve, she'd reach over, take my hands in hers, she'd lean forward like it was a secret, when are you going to tell our story? So that was on my mom's mind, more than my dad's.
Also, Keith shouted you out tonight, and he said he would love to do a short round spinoff. What'd you think about that?
Yeah, well, you know, in a way, well, Short Round, I think we've retired his number. And we retired his number in, I think it was 1983, because Key just knocked it out of the park in that movie. He was incredible. I was so impressed by Key, I cast him with Dick Donner in The Goonies. Do you remember he played Data in the Goonies? And I'm so proud of Key's win tonight.
One of the things he said, though, too, was that you were one of the first to put an Asian character in a really big budget film in mainstream movies, and that's something that he really appreciated because he felt seen by you.
That was how we designed the script. Gloria Katz and Willard Hike wrote the script, and George Lucas wrote the story, and he was always going to be an Asian kid. He didn't even come in to read for the part. His cousin was reading for the part, and we saw Key sitting in the waiting room and said, can we bring this younger kid in to meet me? And that's sort of how it happened.
Come on, universe.
Come on.
I love it.
That is wild.
Michelle's over here like, are you kidding me? All of these stories.
Just hearing this now?
Amazing.
By the way, you two were brilliant as Steven's parents. What was it like every day turning out to him and saying, did I get it right? Is this what you imagined? Is this what you saw?
By that point, honestly, we have to just be ourselves, and we have to be Bert and Mitzi. I think if we were looking to Steven Spielberg as we think of him tonight, we would have been dead in the water, frankly. So I think he was just our collaborator and our friend. From the very first Zoom, he met us with an open heart and intense vulnerability and emotional intelligence in his eyes about his family and his parents, and we just tried to give that back to him.
Steven, James Cameron told me earlier tonight that you told him you would meet him at the party, but you'd be drinking ginger ale. Now, Gabriel said he would like for you to do a tequila shot.
Come on.
That's what he told me. So, can that happen tonight?
You know something? If I did a tequila shot right now, it would take about 30 seconds for it to kick in, and it would take another 7 minutes for the ambulance to get here. So a tequila shot is definitely out.
Oh, Gabriel, sorry. I tried, buddy.
I'm not
tried.
a little white wine, maybe once a week, a Guinness. I like Guinness.
Okay.
But that's about it.
That's about it.
I can understand that, yeah. Yeah, but it wouldn't happen to me, no.
Well,
No, I wouldn't fall down.
No,
Maybe
Mr.
that's who you need to drink with.
He's got it.
That's who you need to drink with.
You guys have an amazing night
Yes.
tonight.
Take care,
Really
everybody.
Live it up. Take care, everyone.
Congratulations.